Dear Sheikh, what are the characteristics of atheists described in the Holy Quran? Our Quran tells us it's tibyana likulli shay. It's clarity for all things. So from the Holy Quran, how can you explain to us the characteristics of an atheist? Dear Sheikh, Bismillah.
Hold it up, please.
That's good.
That one off.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First and foremost, I honestly felt a lot of happiness and satisfaction seeing these young boys who accomplished so much. And this gives us somehow, as opposed to the subject that we are talking about, some satisfaction about the future of Islam in this country. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this institution, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you, Brother Shafayat, and all the people that you're working with to continue the good job that you're doing for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is really, really very impressive. And probably I would give my spot to one of them, to any of them, to be here, because really that's beautiful. In terms of the characteristic of the atheist, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the root cause of atheism. And I was looking into this topic, and as Sheikh Azad mentioned, I am a researcher, I'm an education researcher. I came across a study by the Pew Research Center recently in 2019. And they're talking about atheism in the US. First of all, there is an increase in atheism since 2010, basically doubled. So now there's about 20 million. That is the entire state of Florida. But what is relevant to what I'm going to address, and in the Quran, why atheism? What is the root cause? So this reliable research company, and the lead author is Michael Lipka, so it's not done by Muslim. They found that the main characteristic of those is where they find their satisfaction, where do they find their joy. And they find their joy in this, anything that is pleasurable, pleasures, without any boundaries, in money, in travel, in anything. And we have a mixed audience. You can do the interpretation. So basically, no stopping. And if they just look at the money that they love and they look at, and I invite all of you, if you have some money, to look up and look at the back. It says, "In God we trust." What a contradiction. The thing that they like, it tells them, "In God we trust." So in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is really amazing that I found, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described them in the same way and characterized them in the same way that this research that was done in 2019, and this is 1400 years ago. Specifically, in Surah Al-Jathiyah, that's chapter 45, and I invite all of you to look it up. Chapter 45, verse 23. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. Have you seen the one who used his God or his Lord as his desire? So this atheism, it's all driven by desire. So those Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, unless He guides them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَظَلَّهُ اللَّهُ عَلَىٰ عِلْمٍ. They know what is right and what is wrong. Also, another fact about this study, that most of those atheists are educated. And also, they know about the religion. But they could not overcome their desires. They could not overcome their desires. And with my respect to this audience, that is the characteristics of an animal, not a human being. One of the brothers mentioned the Surah Al-Dahr. Surah Al-Dahr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we created mankind and we gave him reflection. We gave him the way to think and to observe. That's what you see in the Quran. So many verses, ayat, signs. You look, observe, watch. And then you have the brain to differentiate what is right and what is wrong. And that's what differentiates us between us and animals. وَهَدَيْنَاهُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرًا أَوْ كَفُورًا. And then it is up to you. It is your will to go the straight path or the wrong. But you will be, as the Sheikh said, you will be held accountable for it. Furthermore, in the next verse, those atheists, they say, وَقَالُوا مَا هِيَ إِلَّا حَيَاتُنَا الدُّنْيَا نَمُوتُ وَنَحْيَا وَمَا يُهْلِكُنَا إِلَّا الدَّهْرُ. It is verily only our life, this life. And the only thing that will perish us is time. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Furthermore, and the study showed that those atheists, when they are at the last stage of their lives, that's where they show the most remorse. Yet, they don't want to go back and accept. They show remorse, but it's that, if you would, that arrogance that they have. So, the topic is very complex, but is real. And again, this beautiful audience, we are preaching to a crowd. This is not you. This is not you. But you will maybe encounter another Muslim who may be thinking this, and it is your duty to try to rectify the situation. And remember that the Prophet ﷺ said to Ali ibn Abi Talib, Ya Ali, لَأَنْ يَهْدِيَ اللَّهُ بِكَ رَجُلًا وَاحِدًا خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنْ حُمُرِ النَّعَمِ أو خَيْرًا لَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا وَمَا فِيهَا. Oh Ali, if through you Allah guides one person, it is better than what is in this entire universe. So, brother and sister, you came, after you're going to eat and you enjoy this presentation, you have homework. I am an educator and I'm giving you homework. It is the duty of all of us. And the Muslim is a, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر. You are the best nation ever sent to mankind to call for good and prohibit evil. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When inshallah I may not have the microphone again, but I just want to put, and this is, you look up a author by the name of Keith Moore, an embryologist, a scientist of first, his books are in all medical schools. And he found that the stages of creation of the baby was described perfectly in the Quran, 1400 years ago. And that discovery, they just did it in between the 1940, 1960, and 70. So I really encourage you to look it up. It's available. Again, the name is Keith L. Moore. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.